Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is a pick-a-pile tarot reading. It's really an oracle reading. And this specific pick-a-pile reading is a message from your higher self. So take a moment now and look at these 3 piles of pre-shuffled Work Your Light oracle cards. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. So, as you gaze at these 3 piles of pre-shuffled cards, choose any of these piles that resonates with you the most right now. The one that you feel is calling you towards it. Or you can watch all 3 readings and just take whatever resonates. But I'll be sure to put the timestamps down in the description box of this video so you can go straight to your reading. So let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 1. So let's go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled oracle cards to see what message your higher self has for you to hear right now. The first card says, Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So first of all, your higher self wants you to remember that no matter what's happening in your physical reality, you are constantly being guided and protected by your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels. You're being guided by your higher self. So just remember that you are never truly alone here. Next card is the Inner Temple card. It says here, devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. So in order to understand this divine protection and your whole team of light, you really have to connect with your inner self through a devotion of some type, like a meditation, prayer, something that you can do each and every day to take a moment and really connect with that inner guidance. And your last pre-shuffle card is the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. And I think that so basically what this is saying as a message from your higher self that you need to hear right now is as you focus more on your inner temple rather than the outer world around you, you're going to be connecting more with that divine guidance. You're going to be receiving more intuitive nudges. You're going to be receiving actual guidance from your ancestors and spirit guides. And the way that you're going to be receiving that communication is through the vehicle of your own intuition. All right, pile number 1. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck now. I'm going to give this 3 shuffles and I'll pull 3 cards as a little more advice for you regarding this message from your higher self. One more shuffle. The first card here is Soulmates. And when I saw this card, the first thing I thought of was that connection with your inner self, the true soulmate, the lover that Rumi, the Middle Eastern poet, spoke of. Rumi wasn't speaking of an actual lover. Rumi was speaking of the soul, of getting to know the true inner self. All right, and next we have the Fates. I feel like you're feeling divinely guided at this time to really make this inner connection. So that is just confirmation for you. And finally, we have the Thinker card. I feel like this is something you've been thinking a lot about. And I do feel like the more that you can align your thoughts with your inner world, then the more you're going to make that connection with that great gathering card. So your advice really is to follow that inner urge towards getting to know your true self and in aligning your thinking on a regular basis so that you can experience more of your own inner world. So this is all about taking action through the inner temple, but also through your own thoughts here to really create this inner connection with your own self and your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels. All right, pile number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pendulum out. So if you would like to pause the video right now, you can think of 3 yes or no questions. And we'll go ahead and get the answers for those 3 questions using my pendulum. And as you receive these answers, just remember that you will be feeling intuitively if the answer you receive is correct for you. And so if the answer feels right for you, then you can take it. Otherwise, just use this as a way to tap into your own intuition for your own inner guidance. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So for it is for pile number 1, but is question number 1 the answer yes or no? All right, so for question number 1, the answer is yes. Thank you. And for question number 2, is the answer yes or no? All right. For question number 2, it looks like the answer is no. Thank you. And for question number 3, is the answer yes or no? All right. And for question number 3, the answer is yes. All right, pile number 1. So that was your message that your higher self wants you to hear right now. Your higher self is calling you to connect with this inner guidance and intuition, and it's asking you to do that through different devotions, to be actually devoted to the practice and to changing your thinking to align more with your inner world. All right, if you like this reading, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on that notifications bell if you want to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 2. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled Work Your Light Oracle cards to see what message your higher self has for you to hear right now. And your first card, pile number 2, is Birthing a New Age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So if you chose pile number 2, you may be feeling this urge to do something different with your life. Something that is something entirely new than what people might expect of you. So you're literally dreaming a new world into being. The next card we have here is Play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So through your work, while it is serious work that you're doing or that you intend on doing with your life, this is a reminder not to get so serious about it, because the more that you can stay light-hearted, then the easier it is for things to flow, rather than feeling forced. All right, so in not only in this, but in all things, that play card is just reminding you not to let yourself take things too seriously. Because if you chose pile number 2, you might have a tendency to take things seriously from time to time that you really don't need to. So this is just your reminder to, be a little more lighthearted about things, even when you're working on something important. And then finally, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So pile number 2, you have this strong desire to birth something new. You have this desire to create a new way for yourself. But there's also this part of you that really turns down who you really are, because it's like you're trying to fit into this mold that you may have been born into, or maybe not, but it's almost like there's a side of you that wants to be bold and different, but then there's this other side of you who wants to stay in your comfort zone and who's basically not really acting out fully on your desires due to this almost like a not acting out on fully on your desires, because you have this thing in the back of your head that worries about what other people are thinking and what other people might say or what other people are doing. All right. So your higher self wants you to not take things too seriously, especially other people's opinions of you. Don't dim your own light to fit in with the dimmer lights of others. Okay. So your message is to not take things too seriously, but to be bold enough to actually step into this person you're called to be. All right, pile number 2, I am going to shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I'm going to shuffle this deck 3 times, and we'll draw 3 cards as some advice for this message from your higher self. All right, the first card you have here is Blessed. You are definitely being internally guided towards this bold new way that you want to live. The second card here is Round and Round. I think as you start to face different things in your life from a higher perspective, you are going to realize that you don't have to take things as seriously anymore, because you're going to start seeing things from that higher perspective. And it's going to give you this sense of feeling blessed no matter what kind of challenge comes around here. All right. So I feel like as you continue to live in your authenticity rather than in this, falsehood that you've been living in, I feel like you're going to start seeing the world from higher and higher perspectives. And look at that. Right under Don't Dim to Fit In is the Clean It Up card. This card is all about like your habitual thoughts and attitudes and how it could be clouding your judgments when it comes to living in your authenticity. All right. So this message is really telling you to clean up the way that you think so that you don't have to worry so much about these outer things that really are fleeting and don't really matter in the long run, right? Such as the opinions of others. Those really just don't matter. Okay, so as you can clean up your thinking when it comes to those ways that you've been dimming to fit in with others, then you can step in more into this new age that you're trying to birth for yourself. Pile number 2. All right, so now I'm just going to get my pendulum out for you. So you can take a moment, pause the video, and think of 3 yes or no questions. And I will be getting an answer for you with my pendulum. All right, so pause the video now and think of your 3 questions. And as you hear the answer yes or no, you need to be tapping into your own intuition. You will know if the answer is right for you. All right, let's go. So for pile number 2 is question number 1, the answer yes or no. All right, pile number 2, your first answer is no. Thank you. And now, for question number 2, is the answer yes or no? For question number 2, the answer is yes. Thank you. All right, and for question number 3, is the answer yes or no? And for question number 3, the answer is yes. All right, pile number 2. So that is your reading for a message from your higher self. Your higher self wants you to be bold and step into this new life that you want to birth for yourself, this creation, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. It's reminding you not to take yourself too seriously, and that you need to refrain from allowing the opinions of others to hold you back in certain ways. So, this is just your reminder to continue to elevate your thoughts in new ways and to continue to be grateful for what it is that you do have, because you are truly blessed. All right, pile number 2, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 3. So let's go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled Work Your Light Oracle cards to see what message your higher self has for you right now. And your first card, pile number 3, is to trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Wow, pile number 3. So this card is really pointing towards something that you've been wanting, something that your inner self has been trying to nudge you towards. There is something inside of you trying to come out. The second card you have here, pile number 3, is Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Wow, so the message I'm getting right now from your higher self is that you have this inner nudge, you have this feeling deep within you that it's time to release yourself from something that is limiting you or holding you back, okay? This could be a person, place, or a thing. All right, and your third card, pile number 3, is to get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So it's going to be important for you at this time as well to do some grounding exercises of some kind, whatever that may be. For me, I like to do breath work, and I like to just get outside and connect with nature. That's the way I like to do my grounding. All right, but you can do it in any way. But basically, it's a reminder to not spend too much time in your head being bound by this endless thinking, right? Endless thoughts. I feel like you need to ground yourself so that you can kind of release that. All right, so if you've been feeling like it's time to release yourself from limiting beliefs, limiting people, limiting places, limiting things in your life, now's the time to let it go, to release yourself from that bondage, okay? And again, as you do that, just make sure to maintain level-headedness, because sometimes we get kind of lost in our thoughts. That's why it's important to stay grounded through these times of release. All right, pile number 3. Now I'm just going to shuffle the wisdom of the Oracle deck a few times, and I will be pulling 3 cards as a final message and piece of advice for this message from your higher self. All right, pile number 3. The first card you have here is flexible. So, again, it's going to be important to be flexible, not only in, your actual day-to-day life and kind of going with the flow with things, allowing yourself not to be bound by schedules and, like a tight ship is what I just heard. What I'm feeling is at this time, you're going to need flexibility so that you can kind of go your way and trust those inner nudges that, your intuition is trying to give to you at this time. So it's going to be important for you at this time to remain flexible in your thinking, but also in your physical life. And the second card is Unfinished Symphony. So I do feel like with this Unbound card, for some of you who chose pile number 3, you may have also had you may have been thinking about something from the past that feels unfinished. All right. So if that's the case, then this energy of needing to get grounded is to really understand why you're focusing on those things that you have already released in the past. Okay. Because if something is truly unfinished, then there's nothing stopping you from finishing it. Does that make sense? So it's time for you in this case to either finish it, to express what needs to be expressed, to do what needs to be done, to say what needs to be said, right? Just do it or let it go. Because it's distracting you from what it is, from your actual truth. All right. And finally, we have why. Kind of what I was just saying about this unfinished symphony. Now, your spirit is asking you to ask yourself, why? Why am I focusing on this thing from the past that feels unfinished? All right. Because there's some kind of lesson in it for you. There's something that you need to learn. There's something your soul is trying to tell you. Trust the niggle. Listen to your inner guidance, because this is really where the flexibility in your thinking is going to come in handy. All right. So get yourself grounded in the truth and release things that are not serving you at this time. Even if it's simply a feeling of things being unfinished from something in the past. Okay. So it's time to reconcile that and to move forward. Pile number 3. All right. Now I'm going to get my pendulum out for you. So pause the video now if you haven't already thought of your 3 questions. And I will be asking 3 yes or no questions. And of course, at this time, you should just tap into your own inner feelings and intuition. So when you hear the yes or no answer, you will know if that is the correct answer for you at this time. All right, pile number 3, let's go. So for question number 1, is the answer yes or no? All right, for question number 1, the answer is yes. Thank you. All right, and for question number 2, is the answer yes or no? All right, question number 2, the answer is yes. Thank you. And finally, for question number 3, is the answer yes or no? Question number 3, your answer is yes. Wow, pile number 3, you got yes, yes, and yes. It's time to go for it. All right, so your message from your higher self that you need to hear at this time, pile number 3, is a message to trust your inner nudge, to trust your intuition, to release things that are no longer serving you, and to become grounded in your truth, and to be flexible as well as you move through releasing these things that are no longer serving you at this time. All right, pile number 3, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.